Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. In this video, I'm shooting a soft baby pink look. If you do like this look, I want to see how I achieved it. Then stay tuned and let's play in makeup. So my brows are already done. I'm going to go ahead and use the MAC Paint Pot in Soft Ochre. I'm going to go ahead and apply this to my eye as my eyeshadow base. For this eyeshadow look, the two palettes I'll be using is the Kat Von D Metal Matte palette and the Pat McGrath Celestial Nirvana palette. I'm going to start off going into the Metal Matte palette. I'm going to use the shade Suede as my transition shade. Once I've blended that into my crease and smoked it out, I'm going to go in with my outer V shade. Going back into the Kat Von D palette on the same brush. This is a Morph M504 brush. I'm going to go into the shade Oak, which is a brown shade. I'm going to keep this on my lower V, but I don't want to add too much, so that's why I added some of the darker shade to the other eye, so I don't put down a lot of the Oak shade. And I'm just building up this outer V to give it some definition. And I'm just tapping the color down before I start swirling it in. I'm just tapping it down so I can see how much pigmentation is coming off. I don't want it to be too dark. Once I like the pigmentation that I build up, I'm gonna go ahead and blend it into my crease. I'm gonna just wipe my brush off on a paper towel and just blend where it meets the Suede shade, so there's no lines of demarcation. I'm gonna take another brush with nothing on it and just blend so everything's seamless. Going into the Pat McGrath palette, I'm gonna go into this pink shimmer shade. It's called Eternal Amour. I'm stopping the blending right here where it almost meets the dark brown shade. I'm gonna stop right here. I'm gonna go back in with the first brush and just tap those two shades together so they blend in with each other. The second brush I use to blend with is a Morph M505. This is the one that had nothing on it. Going back into the Metal Matte palette, I'm going to mix Suede and Bone together and apply that right above my shimmer shade to brighten up that area. I'm actually just going to use Bone by itself mostly, just to brighten this area. And then I'll just go back in with whatever's left on the brush and reapply what I lost. If you need to dip back in to the pink shimmer shade, go ahead and do that, it's fine. I'm going to use the MAC Brushstroke liner to line my eyes. For my under eyes, I'm going to apply the LA Girl Pro in orange along with the Stay Naked concealer, just to make sure everything on my face is one neutral tone, so any dark spots or anything, I'm trying to neutralize everything. Using a damp beauty blender to blend it all in. I'm going to use the Lower Mercier powder and like a fluffy brush just to set those areas. I'm using the Born This Way concealers for my highlight. I like a brighter under eye. For my contour, I'm going in with the Hourglass foundation stick in Chestnut. going to hydrate my face with the Fix Plus so it's easier to blend out all my products. For my foundation, I'm going to use the Il Maquillage foundation. For my blush, I'm going to use the Rare Beauty liquid blush. This is in the shade Worth. I dampen the bottom of my beauty blender and I'm just going to pounce that in. And then I just go back in with the side of the beauty blender that I use for the concealer to blend in those edges. I'm going to go back into my Laura Mercier powder and set my highlighted areas. I'm going to use my MAC foundation powder in NC45 to set the rest of my face. For my contour, I'm going to use my NARS contour powder in Laguna 6. For my blush, I'm going to use my favorite at this current time. It's going to be the One Size. I'm going to use the Freaky Peach palette and use the shade Freaky. For my lower waterline, I'm going to use the NYX Jumbo Pencil in Milk. For my lower waterline, I'm going to go back into the Pat McGrath palette and go into this pretty pink shade at the bottom. For that inner corner, I'm going to go ahead and add that shimmer shade back, just to give it a little extra love. The brush that I use to apply the shade Bone is what I'm using to blend out the edges. For my mascara, I'm using the Milk Crush High Roll Mascara. I'm going to go behind that with the Too Faced Better Than Sex Mascara. And then I'm also going to use the MAC Extended Play Giga Black Mascara for my lower lashes. I'm going to spray my face with the Fix Plus setting spray to lock my makeup down. I'm going to go into my Urban Decay Naked palette, the Illuminated Trio, and use the shade Oasis and Twilight, the middle and the pink shade. I'm going to use the brush that I've been using all the powder on and put it on that one. I don't know if y'all can see the shimmer. I'm going to turn the light down to see if that helps. For my lips, I'm going to use just glosses, no liner. I'm going to use the MAC lip gloss in the shade Candy Box. And I'm going to top that with the Lawless Strawberry Popsicle. Forget the filler lip plumping line smoothing gloss. I don't care so much for a lip plumping gloss, but I love the Lawless lip gloss because it has a high shine on it. I blot away the excess gloss because I don't like a greasy lip. So yeah, go ahead and set my face with the One Size setting spray. I like to go back in with my sponge and press it in. Okay guys, this is the final look. Thank you for watching the video. If you do like this look, please give this video a thumbs up and hit the subscribe button to stay tuned for more videos. Also, if you want to see other looks, let me know what other colors you would like to see. Thank you for watching. Bye.